Guys, we need to talk about this free Japanese Epic reward in eFootball 2027 because there has been a little change that a lot of players might not be expecting. If you played the Japanese club's ranking event, you probably already know exactly what I'm talking about. Konami gave us this event where players had to compete and try to finish within the required world ranking, and if you managed to finish inside the top 400,000, you were eligible for the free Japanese Epic reward. And honestly, a lot of players took this event very seriously. People were grinding matches, trying to improve their ranking, checking the leaderboard, and doing everything possible to make sure they stayed inside that top 400,000. Because at the end of all that, we're supposed to get a free Epic. And let's be honest, who doesn't want a free Epic player? But here's where things became interesting. The event has now officially ended, so there is nothing else you need to do. You don't need to continue playing the event. You don't need to keep trying to improve your ranking. The competition is finished. At this point, if you already qualified by finishing within the required ranking, you're basically waiting for Konami to distribute the reward. And this is where the confusion started. A lot of us were expecting to receive the free Japanese Epic reward today. People were already ready. Some players were probably checking their inbox, checking their contracts, checking the game, and waiting for that beautiful Epic reward to appear. But unfortunately, it didn't happen today. Instead, the reward distribution has been moved to Thursday. And honestly, I know some people are disappointed because after grinding the entire event, everybody wanted to get their reward immediately. But don't panic. The important thing is that the event itself is already finished. If you qualified for the reward, the main thing now is simply to wait for the distribution. And this is actually why I wanted to make this video. Because I don't want anyone who qualified to think that they somehow missed the reward or that Konami removed it. The event is over. The ranking has been decided. And now we're waiting for the reward. So Thursday is now the day we need to keep an eye on. And honestly, I'm really curious about what is going to happen when everybody starts receiving these Japanese Epic rewards. Because this isn't just another random player giveaway. We're talking about a free Epic player. And if you're a free-to-play player, you already know how valuable something like this can be. You don't have to spend coins. You don't have to buy an Epic pack. You don't have to spend money trying to get lucky. You simply qualified through the event, and now you have the opportunity to receive an Epic reward. That's a huge thing. Now, obviously, the biggest question everybody's going to ask is, which player are we going to get? And that's where the excitement really comes in. Because you can spend all this time grinding the event, finish inside the required ranking, and then Thursday arrives. You open your reward, and you see the player. That's the moment everybody's waiting for. Some people are going to get exactly what they wanted. Some people are going to get a player they weren't expecting. And some people are probably going to open it and immediately start asking, is this card actually good? And you already know what happens next. We're going to start testing the players. We're going to look at their stats. We're going to look at their play styles. We're going to look at their skills. We're going to see how they perform in-game. And then we're going to find out whether this free Japanese Epic is actually worth using in your main squad. That's another reason why Thursday is going to be interesting. Because getting a free Epic is one thing. Getting a free Epic that is actually meta is something completely different. And if Konami gives us a really strong card, this could become one of the most useful free rewards we've received. Now, if you qualified for the reward, I know the waiting can be annoying. You've already done everything. You've already played the matches. You've already finished the event. You've already waited for the ranking. And now you have to wait even longer for the reward. But at this point, there's nothing else you need to do for the event. So don't stress yourself. Just wait for the reward distribution. And when Thursday comes, make sure you check your game properly. Check your inbox, check your contract section. Check wherever Konami makes the reward available. And if you don't see it immediately, don't start panicking. Sometimes rewards can take time to appear, depending on how they're being distributed. The most important thing is that you qualified for the reward. Now let's talk about something else. I think this is also a good reminder that you should always pay attention to these ranking events when Konami announces them. Because this time, a lot of players might have looked at the event and thought, it's just another event. But then you realize there was a free Epic waiting at the end. And suddenly that event becomes much more important. So whenever Konami announces another ranking event with a special reward, don't just ignore it. Check the requirements. Check the ranking. check what you can receive, because sometimes the reward can be much more valuable than you initially think. And especially for free-to-play players, these opportunities are extremely important. You might not have hundreds or thousands of coins to spend on packs. So when Konami gives you a chance to earn something for free by simply playing the game and completing the requirements, you definitely want to take advantage of it. Now, I also want to hear from you guys. If you qualified for this free Japanese Epic, what player are you hoping to receive? Are you hoping for a particular Japanese legend? Or are you just hoping for a card that's actually usable in your squad? Let me know in the comments, because I'm really interested to see what everyone is expecting. And honestly, Thursday can't come quickly enough, because after all this grinding, I want to see what Konami is finally giving us. Imagine opening the reward and getting an absolute monster. That would make the whole grind worth it. But imagine the opposite. You wait all this time, you open the reward, and you see a player you weren't expecting. That's the risk with these rewards. But that's also what makes opening them exciting. So once again, if you participated in the Japanese club's ranking event and finished within the required top 400,000 ranking, the event is already finished. You don't need to play it anymore. Now we're simply waiting for the free Japanese Epic reward to be distributed on Thursday. So don't panic if you expected it today and didn't see it. You're not necessarily missing anything. The reward timing has changed, and Thursday is now the day we're looking forward to. As soon as the reward becomes available, you already know we're going to find out exactly which players we can get, how good they are, what their stats look like, and whether they're actually worth putting into our squads. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I will definitely be covering it when the reward drops. And if you're one of the players who qualified, I wish you good luck. Hopefully, when you open that reward on Thursday, you don't get disappointed. Hopefully, you see that epic animation and you get an absolute monster. Let me know your dream Japanese epic in the comments, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace.